Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to TechGig webinar series, our endeavor to empower techies. We believe that sharing of knowledge is the key to enhance our skills and grow us as professionals. With this principle in mind, we have initiated a series of webinars conducted by industry experts to give you all a crisp insight of various domains. The topic of today's session is building mobile apps using existing web skills. Our guest speaker today is Mr. Saurav Agarwal, Engineering Manager, IBM Collaboration Solutions Team at IBM India Software Labs. Saurav has an overall industry experience of over 12 years. His area of interest spans across WebSphere portal, Eclipse, Web 2.0 and mobility. He is a regular speaker at IBM conferences and events. Exceptional web experience, Innovate, Lotus Fair, Developer Works webinars, and has authored couple of articles at Developer Works. So without further delay, I introduce you all to our guest speaker. Over to you, Mr. Agarwal.
Thanks, Mahi, for that nice update and introduction. Hello, everyone. Very good afternoon, good evening, and please let me know if my screen is visible to you. I have just shared it. Should be there with you by now.
Yeah, it's visible, Saurav.
Okay. Okay, great. So before we start, a general disclaimer. So whatever we would be discussing in next 40 or 50 minutes. I would appreciate that if you can hold on all your questions till last, and at that point in time we would start with question and answer. So the presentation I have planned to discuss or to talk about first 45 minutes and next 10 or 15 minutes for question and answer session. So please hold off all your queries till that time. And general disclaimer here is that whatever we will be discussing, it's nothing about IBM's commitment. So please do not misconstrue it. It's just for knowledge sharing purpose, nothing else. Okay. So agenda for next 1 hour would be we'll see that what are the various technologies and techniques which are available today to build mobile apps. Then a brief overview of IBM's mobile capabilities. Then we'll take a look at why JavaScript is important for building any mobile app and how to choose what all JavaScript libraries are available, and what are the factors which we should weigh in to zero in a particular JavaScript library. Then developing a mobile web app, and then finally we'll see that how we can optimize or how we can use IBM Worklight to create a mobile experience and to manage the mobile experience, what we in a nutshell call as exceptional mobile experience. So as a first point of our agenda, let's take an overview of techniques and technologies. Okay, so this chart we have, I have actually tried to demarcate into 4 columns, and trying to highlight the spectrum of or the breadth of different mobile apps or the mobile app development we have available today. It starts with web application and goes till native mobile application. I'm sure most of you have heard about native mobile apps and hybrid mobile apps. Still, I know that we have a mix of audience. So for those who understand it, just please be patient. I'll just recap it. It could be a recap for you. So web applications is simply a typical web application which we open into our desktop browsers, as well as into in mobile browsers using using an internet browser. But these apps are typically being built using HTML and JavaScript and CSS on the client side, and they do not have any particular device-specific functionality. So for example, if I try to open a particular site on a desktop, it would open a page which is kind of a size of desktop screen, and if I hit that particular site, same site from my mobile device or from my tablet device, the screen size would still be the same, so I have to have a scrolling down, vertical as well as horizontal scrolling need to be there. Then mobile web applications. Mobile web applications are basically designed for mobile environments, mobile browsers. They do not necessarily have a horizontal scroll, but definitely most of these have a vertical scroll. So for example, I'll take facebook.com. So if I open facebook.com using my handheld device, I'll be presented with from the browser, I'll be presented with a screen which fits the width of my device beautifully. But if I look at the same page from desktop, it has a altogether a different layout. So that's the basic difference between a web application and a mobile web application. So what it actually does behind the scenes is either it has two different pages which are served to the device based upon the metadata sent by the browser, or it has a new concept which is emerging today in the market is responsive web design, which it actually takes care of automating your page layout depending upon the device resolution with the help of CSS media queries and modules. Then we have a mix of, then we have basically a hybrid mobile app which is specifically targeted for the devices itself, handheld devices. These are developed using a kind of combined two technologies, like native device capabilities can be accessed, GPS, camera, contacts from the device itself, and then but the UI is still being developed in HTML and JavaScript via JavaScript Rich. So the benefit of this is that I need not have to open my browser. I can just open this application. These applications get installed on my device, but at the behind the scenes they still go on and talk to a server. Again, I'll quote example of Facebook.com. Facebook has nice hybrid apps for all kind of devices, whether it's an iOS device or an Android device, and uses so it I can choose to be online always using this app, and this app is actually kind of a hybrid app which has a nice UI developed using HTML, CSS5 or JS. Then the last comes as a native mobile application. So native mobile application, as the name suggests, it's a native. It is developed using the native OS languages. Like for example, if I look at the iOS, it is developed using the iOS SDKs and the C++ or C. If I look at Android, they are generally used developed using the Java APIs. A typical example of these native APIs could be games. So most of the games which are available on the devices are actually native application. And these both hybrid mobile apps and native mobile apps are actually get installed on the device. Should be downloaded from the App Store, so someone has to host it. In the process, if it is Apple or Android, then it has to pass through all the auditing of what Apple lays out or Google lays out. So we need to respect those things in these terms and conditions. And at the same time, if I look at from portability perspective, cross-device use, reuse, it decreases as I move from left to right. So I'm at ease if I'm a web application developer. I can serve all my applications through the browser. I need not have to worry about the different versioning, different OS portability. Similarly, the maintenance cost is increasing if I move from web app to native app, simply because I have to manage those different versions, those different source code of my same application, and somewhere in my infrastructure. So my maintenance cost would increase. But we have seen these two flip sides as we move from left to right. But at the same time, if I move from left to right, I'll find that the richness of UI increases as I move to native mobile apps. Think about today there are so many applications. Now talk about application which is available both for iPhone or iOS devices as well as for Android. Is one such application is Google Current. I use it a lot. It is basically it's a news aggregator. So I do not like going into a website of say ndtv.com or timesofindia.com and search all the newspaper. Instead, if I look from the richness of the UI, Google Currents allows me to pull all those RSS feeds which I am interested in, rather than just like a news site, give all the data to me, and I need to browse the pages to understand what or to find what is of interest to me. So such kind of richness is available as we move from a pure web app to a native app or a hybrid app. So that's how the spectrum of development exists today. Moving forward, I'll just take a look at IBM Mobile capabilities that we have today. So strategy, it's a strategy from IBM's perspective, as it's been defined by our architects, senior architects. Mobile platform is part of a broader multi-channel strategy. So multi-channel is a term which describes itself as any application that can be accessed by an array of devices. May it be desktop, may it be a mobile device. Today, even TVs are internet capable. So think about a TV accessing your application via TV. Think about accessing your application via kiosks, about tablets. So a different channel is, so all these represent a different channel. So that's a multi-channel strategy to us. It would be defined as extend our SOA platform to mobile-based devices using open standards and technologies, targeting the broadest set of devices possible, leveraging the skills and infrastructure of our existing WebSphere customers. That's how it's been defined. So we still would like to reuse our SOA capabilities and expand it to the customers, how it can be exposed to multi-channel devices or multi-channel array of devices. So just a quick overview. I'll just skip it. That I'm sure many of you might have heard that IBM acquired Worklight. So Worklight is actually a mobile development studio. It has two parts: a studio which allows you to develop mobile apps, and it has a server which allows you to host your apps and integrate it with WebSphere. It is based upon the ubiquity of web programming models like HTML, CSS, and JSS. It's similar to what Google and Apple have been evangelizing. So mostly all the applications which come out from Google and Apple app stores, they are highly developed. They use a high dependency on HTML5 and CSS. Microsoft and Adobe has a similar adoption. So primary driver here is mobile devices and phones, which where more and more users are looking to have local installation of the applications rather than accessing it over a browser. HTML5 is the common denominator across these apps. JavaScript frameworks are pushing and evolving access to the hardware features. So if I need to use camera, if I need to use the accelerometer of my device, it's mostly the JavaScript that allows me to do these operations, so that my application becomes as rich as possible. Then we'll see this in later in a demo. I'll just give you a brief demo as what can be achieved today in one of the IDE, just for overview purpose. So if I look at the WebSphere and Worklight perspective, we at IBM we cater to both the array, both sides of the story, and the web development or the web delivery of my mobile apps, as well as the native or the hybrid delivery of the mobile apps. WebSphere is limited to web applications and the mobile web application, while Worklight actually covers the whole spectrum, which is available today. Again, it's very specific to IBM. I'll quickly skip this. Complete enterprise framework is available. At the center of this, we have a WebSphere application server, which actually allows me to talk to the different backend systems or the enterprise apps using SOA and other connectivity APIs like JPA or message broking services or MQ series or any other such services. And at the front, we have app platform, development using Worklight, or endpoint management. So another important aspect is of security for mobile devices, which is again provided, but we have a focus on that as well. Then choosing a mobile JavaScript library is what we will take a look at that now. So why it is important to have mobile app developers should choose a JavaScript library. There are a couple of reasons. On the top of the bag reason is productivity enhancements and time to market. With Web 2.0's existence, which is not new, I think it's been there since past at least 3 to 4 years, and most of the developers today who are writing web applications are very much familiar with Web 2.0 and JavaScript APIs. So JS skills are handy, so we should extend those skills to develop mobile apps. Then one of the prominent challenge in developing any browser-based application is browser compatibility and OS differences. We know that coding into JavaScript, using JavaScript is not easy. Think of the scenario what was existing 6 or 7 years back when I used to use JavaScript just for my form validations. There was no other prominent use of JavaScript during those days. And form validations was actually a pain when we start testing browser compatibility. Some features used to work in Mozilla, some used to work in IE, and some used to work in Netscape. During those days, Netscape was one of another prominent browser. So these challenges are actually taken care of when we use any standard library itself, because these library make sure that different versions of browser are compatible with their offering. Excuse me. So that's another point. Then a general use case is to have 2 versions of an application, desktop and mobile, and most of the JS libraries work in both environments with a consistent programming model. So like I said that when I gave an example of Facebook, so Facebook has a different UI, different layout, page layout for desktop and a different for a mobile device. So think if I have to code everything twice, how would it manifest into my efforts? instead, if I start using if I start using any JavaScript library, it would be kind of reusing my same code base to expose it to mobile devices. So these libraries have consistent programming model, which helps us to reuse the skills as well as various components across the two versions of applications. Then these libraries have a good community following and coverage that gives developers ample resources to refer to, be it adopted practices, design patterns, or ready-made examples to start with. So these all are industries accepted, widely accepted in the industry, backed by major vendors like IBM, Microsoft, or Google. So these, so it's easy to start with, and most of our IBM products are designed to work seamlessly with any of the mobile JavaScript library. So with this, I believe that it's pretty much clear, or it's pretty much evident that why JavaScript library should be used for developing a mobile app. Then today in the three libraries are very popular out there in the community: Dojo, JQuery, and Sencha. So these three are actually the widely used popular libraries. Sencha is kind of evolving, while I will say that Dojo and JQuery are kind of well established. Let's take a very high-level comparison of these libraries. On the left side of the chart, I have end-user experience, and on the right side, I have a developer experience. So we'll take a look one by one. The user experience is basically the UX, and so I'll start with the user experience. Platform support. jQuery has a wider support even for minor players like Kindle, Bada, etc. While UI components, if I talk about UI components, Dojo has the strongest visualization capabilities. So when I render any Dojo component in my device, or when I start looking into the capabilities of how it is being visualized by end user, Dojo has that feel-good factor has the highest, and Dojo. But jQuery has backing of third-party players to provide UI, so the component set is richer. So that means I can, while I'm looking for some particular component in Dojo, it may or may not be available, but with jQuery, because it is supported by third-party providers as well, there are chances that I can find that plugin for jQuery. Theme is basically the thematic representation of the theme of my page, and Dojo leads the pack with the native theme support, while other two has just the color theme. So Dojo gives me a native look and feel. So when I have an application developed using Dojo theme, it would be the same theme would actually render differently in iOS and would render different in Android, because that's inbuilt support. But with jQuery and Sencha, I might end up tweaking it, because it's just the color representation, not actual native support. Internationalization, again a very important factor for developing my applications. I need to make sure that I have a global presence. So that's again an important factor, which I rate very high for any developer to think about or to choose when choosing any specific libraries, whether it's a web development, whether it's a mobile development, whatever it is, but it's an important factor. And Dojo has support for as many as 27 locales. jQuery has third-party plugins, which is again not inbuilt support, but depends on vendors. On the moving on to the right side, on the education part, more or less equal. All three libraries are kind of equal, provide a variety of options, but jQuery has maximum books in the print media. Programming model. Dojo has wider flexibility when it comes to the programming model. It gives me flexibility as to how I can extend this the available model from Dojo, and so much so that I can actually have complete MVC implemented using Dojo. Development lifecycle, again, Dojo has features like dependency management, build tools, and OOPS extensibility mechanism. I just talked about MVC pattern. So all this is available in Dojo, while jQuery again here depends on third-party plugins to provide development lifecycle support. Then finally comes the support. Support as in how developers would be supported if there are any bugs, if there are any issues in the code library itself. Multiple options. We can purchase it. We can a different level of support packages are available from all three. jQuery is again supported by third parties, and IBM. Sorry guys, excuse me. IBM supports Dojo, so we actually have contributors committing to the Dojo organization and backs Dojo development. Moving on to next slide. Now, having compared the three popular JS libraries, let's take a look at what are the self-study options available for these three libraries. For the two most important factors for any developer is education material on the web and in the media, print media basically. So three libraries have almost equal presence on the web. jQuery is leading. Again, what I have seen in the, on the web as well as in the print media, that jQuery has the maximum books published, and similarly there are so many forums available for jQuery support. But then more or less it's comparable when it comes to self-study. We can get started with any of these libraries sitting over the web and understand it. Well, Sencha doesn't have that many books available in the print. I hope the screen refresh at your side is okay. I'm not going too fast. Okay. So support and on-site education. We'll take at how support looks like. Dojo, as I said, that Dojo has support from IBM, where IBM is committed in the open source community. It has elaborate support from third-party players like SitePen as well. So we need to purchase that. Many third-party organizations provide support for jQuery, of course with a cost. Sencha support is also available from Sencha website. We need to purchase it. Then there are many courses available. So when I talk about the courses or on-site training, on the bottom part of this slide, many courses available on-site training from different vendors. Extensive training covered from, if I look at from Dojo, then IBM from its website provides extensive training sessions, remote classroom sessions, as well as SitePen, which is another organization provides Dojo workshops. And if I look at from the jQuery perspective, there are groups like OpenTech Group. There is Collective Idea, LearnJQuery.com that provide extensive training on jQuery. So these are available courses from jQuery. Sencha hosts its training via itself or via its site. The schedules can be found on the Sencha website. So in a nutshell, if I look at from both the support, self-study, on-site training, books, each of these libraries have a wide coverage in the community and backing from vendors too. If I sit and start searching for any of these, I'll find a host of information. So I would say that it actually, in this aspect, these three libraries are kind of neck to neck to each other. Now, moving forward, this is very important to understand which library to pick, the feature comparison in general, and we'll take a deeper look at feature comparison, tabular chart. I know these charts are kind of, the text might not be readable because there is so much information that I wanted to provide and put into the single slide. So just see if you can read it. I'll be speaking otherwise as well. Color coding is on the basis of if I have a dark green color, a bottle green color, it is available in the current release. If it is a lighter green, it is available in its alpha or beta release. If I move to yellow, third party or less functional as compared to others. Then if it is kind of orange, it's a forthcoming release. If it is moving from orange towards red, it's either planned for the future release or is not available. And if it is white or if it is blank, it is still investigating or not available, kind of a thing. Okay, so all three libraries have a mobile gallery that is JavaScript widgets available for mobile. Dojo, JQuery, and Sencha Touch, all three have these. The chart compares general features. This particular chart, like theme support, theme means color, shapes, etc., data formats. What kind of data formats are supported, like JSON, XML, CSV, or atom feeds, whatever it is. Programming syntax, touch and gesture APIs, which is again very important aspect for any mobile library, as well as the build tools. jQuery gets a lot of support in these parameters from third-party providers. As we can see that the column is mostly yellow rather than green. Sencha has more shades of red, which means that these features like internationalization, like build tools, these are not available, or if they are available, then these are not so obviously obvious to the users. Having taken a look at the general comparison, let's take at the feature-wise comparison on the UI aspect. UI is again very important, as we have always been emphasizing. In fact, UI, I would say that UI is the only important part of your application. The data is something which you anyway will take care of, and you would anyway take care of the functionality. But as a developer, if I'm moving from a native or if I'm moving from an enterprise developer to a mobile developer, so there is always a difference between how the UI has been presented for being an enterprise developer, enterprise app developer, or a mobile app developer. And in mobile world, it's only the UI that rules. So taking a look at how these libraries stand with respect to UI components, basic form elements like text field, text area, buttons, checkboxes, sliders, spinner, date picker, etc. are available, and Dojo is JavaScript widgets, while jQuery provides it as HTML5 and CSS styling widgets. So these are, there is a bit of a difference here. With Dojo, I am still on JavaScript, while on jQuery, I am on HTML5 and CSS. So testing would be major factor if I'm using jQuery, testing on different browsers. because it is still HTML5 and CSS. And with Sencha, it is X type. So reliability with Dojo and the effort with the Dojo increases. Effort decreases and the reliability increases because Dojo has support for Dojo. Dojo is these components are JS components in Dojo, and they have been tested widely. In general, all the UI components are supported by these three libraries. In my opinion, Dojo leads the pack here with its graphics, list controls, and chart controls that has as many as 13 chart types, like pie chart or a bar graph. These kind of charts which are important if I'm moving my enterprise web app to a mobile app, where for my executives, for my business users, I need charts to represent the data. Sencha Touch, if I look at from that aspect, Sencha Touch provides mobile-enabled charting widgets in a separate product. It's not bundled in the same product. So just think of that, what you need, and how would you like to go forward with the support aspect, and then based on this decide which you need to pick. The learning curve, I would say, remains same across the three. It doesn't matter if you are a beginner, then which would give you the faster results. I would say that it remains the same. Even if you are a traditional Web 2.0 developer, again, the offering these three libraries provided on the same level. You would be able to pick JQuery as fast as you can pick either Dojo or Sencha. Now moving forward, animated transitions, fade in, fade out, slider, swapping, swirl, oblique, flip, all these. Again, if I look at Dojo, more green than JQuery, which is almost rad. Here, I do not have any support for cube, swap, scaling, or oblique flip. Out of the box, these are not provided. And on the Sencha side, again it is provided, but there is a difference how transition takes place, or how what is the true direction here. So these all comparisons are actually on the mobile-enabled devices or mobile-enabled applications, and these do not include any third-party unvalidated plugins. Like I said, there are many third-party vendors who provide jQuery, but then these are unvalidated. So someone, jQuery organization, the community itself has to validate that these work, and we haven't included that into it. Then coming to desktop widgets, similar thing. So it's kind of a desktop web. How these library provide features when it comes to desktop development. So mostly rich set of features available in all three. jQuery, again, it's coming from third-party vendors, not out-of-the-box support. So I need to find it where it from whom or from which vendor is it available, because it's not bundled in the library itself. Desktop charts and gauges, Dojo and Sencha are a bit comparable. jQuery is all yellow. Development tools. So if I look at from the development tools perspective, we have Visual Builder tools, desktop web apps like Makata for Dojo. jQuery doesn't have, at least we haven't been able to find. Then Designer is available for Sencha. For jQuery provides a smaller number of widgets, code widgets. Then ID wise, we do have ID one from IBM like RAD, and we have for Dojo We have Apthana Studio, which is available as a third-party vendor for all the three libraries. Animation Builder, Dojo doesn't have any Animation Builder, but JQuery has Animation Builder. Similarly, Sencha has Animated Builder. So these are the kind of development tools which are available today. Supported browsers. So if I look at Dojo 1.7, it supports all versions of IE. It doesn't support latest versions of Firefox. Similarly, Chrome. jQuery has support for IE, Firefox, Safari version 5, and Chrome and Opera. Similarly, if I look at from mobile perspective, iOS Safari is supported by Dojo 1.7. Android browsers are supported. jQuery again leads the support here. Mobile, so if I run a mobile application on a desktop, how would it render? So all these kind of support. So support is more or less, it's from the browser perspective, I will say that mostly all the leading browsers are supported by these libraries, at least their latest versions. jQuery, jQuery is, although looks like it leads, but overall it is kind of supported. All three libraries support the latest versions of the widely popular browsers in the market. So this, I'll just share that how the Dojo widgets look like accordion widget, grid widget, or the audio player, or the menu, the video player. Very much relevant, or very much in line with what I see today in iPhone or Android, like for example a video player or an audio player, or for that matter the wall clock. It's very much looks like similar what is there today, and these are related to Dojo 1.8. Mobile showcases, all the libraries are available. I have a mobile showcase. I have provided a URL from where these mobile samples can be downloaded and can be tested on the mobile out of the box samples. DevTools. DevTools, if I look at jQuery, it has plugins for Eclipse, Apthana, Visual Studio. If I look at Dojo, Dojo has a browser-based development tool called Makata. Try to go to makata.org and see what kind of capabilities are available today for developing an app and using Dojo. Then from IBM perspective, we have WebSphere tools like RAD. It has a visual page editor. It has a designer and a developer workflow, JavaScript libraries, widgets and themes, mobile authoring, and of course it has Dojo does offer plugins for Eclipse, RAD, Komodo. On the Sencha side, again, we have plugins available for visual page editor. We have the plugins available for Eclipse, Apthana, Komodo, Dreamweaver, which provides support for visual page editing, JavaScript libraries, widget and themes, and data store. So again, it's at par for all three. Now, so as we have seen, more or less each and every library has is a feature-rich library. And so how to decide? It has, I would say, based on your goals, because all three have strong communities, ample running resources. Just an added advantage for Dojo is that it is supported by IBM. jQuery excels in ease of learning, situational programming, popularity. It's being more popular. So if your projects are short-term and short-term websites small, which needs easy ramp-up and broad device-based support, then go for jQuery Mobile. Dojo has added advantage over what jQuery provides is smaller extensibility, maintainability, dependency management, micro libraries, code quality, and comprehensive set of widgets. So if you are working on a medium to large project which has a visually rich UI and multiple releases over the life cycle of the project, then try to choose between Dojo and Sencha. Then I'll just give you a brief demo of what is RAD, or how the Worklight looks like. So this is how the Worklight, is it visible to you guys, my screen? Okay, it's visible now. So this is my Worklight workbench, which has been integrated with as a shell share environment with RAD. And this is my HTML editor. You look at how the I have currently development for Apple iPhone 3GS. So my screen looks, if I go to the design pane, see my screen looks as if it's a screen of an iPhone 3GS. I can choose between the array of devices. Like I can go for a Apple iPad. So my screen has changed. The resolution of the screen has changed. I can go with iPad 3 second generation, or I can go say for Samsung Galaxy S2. See, this is what I mentioned about theme. So I am using a Dojo theme here. So as soon as I moved from Apple to Android, the theme color has changed. I haven't done any change from a coding perspective. And then I have a flexibility to define, or I have flexibility if a particular device is not listed, I have flexibility to define a new device, new target device. And these target devices, I can define, for these target devices, I can define the user agent, which is important. Platform. The supported platform are BlackBerry, Android, iPad, and iPhone. Screen size, category name, screen width. I can go in advanced viewport device style sheet. I can define a CSS here. So all these devices, all these features are available. I can preview it in either as a Firefox or IE. I can have a horizontal support, like in the source, in the split view, I have a horizontal here, or I can go a vertical where on the right side I have my code, and on the left side I have my screen as it should be designed today. Then on the palette view, I have all the Dojo widgets which are available, mobile widgets. Like expander text area, content pane, checkboxes, button. So if I try to drag and drop over here, so it will also list me that insert into round rectangular list below list item. So it as soon as I hover over it, it guides me where it is going to insert. Insert into list item, or insert into tab bar after tab bar button. So that's the beauty of Worklight Studio. So as soon as I drop over it, so it has inserted the code, the Dojo code. A label is already here for this button. I can just add it over here and proceed with my work. So back to my slides. I think in the interest of the time, we have just 8 minutes left. I'll open up with the questions. Moderator, if you can allow users for the questions. Okay, there is. I'm not sure how many questions I would be able to take, but I'll try to maximize it. First question is coming from Mahesh Babu. For doing mobile application testing, any specific tools or methods or methodologies are available? Okay, so mobile application testing, one thing is we need a simulator. First and very foremost requirement, because simulator of a device itself, like Android provides a simulator out of the box with the Android SDK. Similarly, I understand that iPhone or iOS devices have the simulator with their SDK. So that is required. With Worklight, we have a simulator which is a browser-based simulator. Let me see if it is open for me. Just hold on. Okay, here, no, I do not have it open, but this is available as a browser-based simulator. I can share the link later as a reply to on the TechGeek forum there. Just try to look at that. And so these that would actually allow me to simulate my web app within the browser. So that is available. Then we have we need to understand that that is still just a simulator. What about the real-time device testing? So that is something which can be used. The real-time devices can be used over the cloud. A couple of organizations provides that. We have IBM Business Partners that provide it. Device Anywhere is one of such business partner where what you can do is that you can upload your testing scripts and advise them which all devices to test, and it would take care of all the testing and will send out the results to you. But at the end of the day, just be aware that your mobile application is again a software application. It is no more than a software application. So all your traditional software lifecycle fundamentals and principles apply here, right from requirement gathering to testing. All the processes or all the stages of your software lifecycle applies here too. So nothing is specific. It's just that the domain has changed, so you need to just adjust accordingly. How to build an application? Next question is from Mr. Venkatesh. I'm not sure what the exact question is. How to build application? I'll be skipping it. How to enhance my web skills by using mobile apps? Okay. So try to develop your mobile web skills by using mobile apps. I'm not sure what you are trying to ask, but to me it looks like you want to know that how can this be my skills can be developed for developing mobile web apps. So I think it's just that think from the perspective that if you need to learn JavaScript, start building some JavaScript applications, try to deploy it on mobile, and I'm sure you'll find your way. Then can we add Windows device also, as I don't found in your demo supported platform drop down? So JavaScript for Windows devices, I'm not sure. I'm not that much into Windows development. And Windows, to be honest, has picked the pace just recently in past 5 or 6 months with the Nokia Lumia devices coming out. I'm sorry that I haven't investigated much into the Windows area. When developing m-commerce apps, which is coming from Mr. Anutosh, when developing m-commerce apps, which is the technology that takes care of checkouts, how is the communication made with the payment gateways in such situations? What is SASS? So checkouts is again a security-based thing. So when I'm developing m-commerce apps, I need to make sure that my connection is secured, my data sending over the net, over the internet is secured. So the traditional ways of doing, as I said, that mobile app development is no different than traditional desktop app development. So even if I'm sitting on a wireless connection on a desktop, it would be the same payment gateway, right? For mobile, there are different gateways. There are different, like I know that Airtel has its own M-check facility. So, but then behind the scenes, the gateways remain the same, whether it's coming from Visa or from MasterCard or from any other bank. And so technology at the core would always remain the same. It is how we would like to implement those technologies would be different. SASS, I'm not sure what do you mean by SASS. Sorry about it. Next question is coming from Mr. Anil Kumar. I'm a beginner mobile app developer to mobile app development. What are the tools and libraries I should be aware that targets the cross-platform, cross-browser, and cross-device mobile app development? I think I have covered that in the presentation. Cross-platform, cross-browser, CSS3, HTML5, JS, all these are cross-platform, cross-browser, and cross-device technologies. Please explain about licensing and cost. Coming from Hasnan Electric Wala. Licensing and cost of what? I'm not sure. If you are talking about IBM, sorry, I'm IBM product, sorry, I'm not the right person to talk about it. I'm a developer. I'm not a seller. Next question coming from, so Mr. Husnan, please connect with your IBM representatives for getting these details. Sorry about it. Mr. Umesh is trying to understand, can you guide to online resources, free IDs, etc. for these libraries? I think I have listed a couple of URLs in my presentation. Otherwise, try to Google them. You'll find a host of that. One such ID I can name is Makata. Go and try makata.org. Okay. Then does we next question coming from Surendra Babu, does we can create any custom controls using Dojo? Yes, you can. Makata and Drag both provides wizards to allow you to create custom controls. Coming from Mr. Kirti Sagar, once the application is developed, how can we deliver install? It's a web app. Or if it's a hybrid app, then your SDKs would provide you the ways to bundle it. Like for Android app, it's .apk package, which is available. So you need to create a .apk file, and for test purposes, yes, you can directly install on your device. But if you need to distribute it to wider audience, then you need to talk to the guys here. You need to talk to the App Store people directly. Okay, so that's about this. Can you guide to online this? Okay, sorry, I've taken that. Mr. Sampath is trying to understand, you have told about Android, BlackBerry, and iOS devices, but what about, I think, a Windows Phone devices? Are these libraries compatible with these apps? I have answered that. Performance-wise, which framework is better? How can we make native API calls? Coming from Mr. Jagdish. Performance-wise, I'll say that again it's same. From a performance perspective, it actually depends on your bandwidth as well, which the device is accessing. So, but I'll rate that these are kind of same. How can we make native API calls? Native API calls, there is, you need to refer to the API documentation to access the native API calls. Can we make Dojo-based mobile apps to be native apps using hybrid application like PhoneGap? I think PhoneGap supports JQuery Mobile, but I don't know about Dojo. Next question. I know that Dojo is supported by PhoneGap. You can definitely use PhoneGap to make native application calls using hybrid app for your hybrid app. So do not hesitate, just go ahead and start using Dojo with PhoneGap. Okay, and last question is, I'm using Android SDK with Eclipse plugins. How can I include jQuery in that? Okay, I would not recommend, personally, I would not recommend you to use two libraries together. You need to find a way that, sorry, I misread your question. I thought that you are using Dojo. So how can I include jQuery in that? jQuery has plugins for Eclipse. I cannot tell you which plugin to download, but just try to Google it and you'll find hosts of plugins. Or better, go to eclipse.org and see what plugins are offered from the Eclipse itself, and direct your Eclipse installer to that URL and get those plugins installed on your IDE. I hope that these are all the questions which are available. I exceeded by 4 minutes, but I think I'm okay.
So we have a lot more, but due to the shortage of time, I don't think so that we would be able to cover them all up. I'm really thankful to you for the insightful presentation. It was indeed a great session.
Thanks for this opportunity, and thanks to my audience who were very patient through the hour. I really appreciate your time. Thanks once again, guys.
Thank you so much, Saurabh. I would also like to thank all our participants for their support in making this webinar a success. The recording of the session would be available on techgeek.com by tomorrow. Thank you all. Have a great evening.
Thanks. Bye-bye, guys.